But that's where technology rolls over. So we develop it for one thing, and then we find a use for it in another area, which I think is pretty awesome that happens. But
I mean, there's a lot of super smart people out there, but going back to the Operation Paperclip thing.
Oh gosh, there's not going to be many smart people left. Hello, welcome to the Hard Reset. What just happened? Speaking of left, so you know what my daughter told Joe? Joe's like, oh, so where are you moving? And she tells her, she was like, oh, so where is that from where you're living now? Oh, it's left.
Wow.
It wasn't north, south, east or west. It's left.
Yeah. You're just like,
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But at the same time, it's like, you're so smart. But at the same time, you're about as dumb as I am sometimes.
I have my moments too, man. I have my moments too.
Kids are awesome though. But
oh yeah,
man, the future looks so bleak.
You'd be surprised. Like, I mean, I have a lot of faith. I mean, I'm not bragging, but you know, my soon-to-be 18-year-old son, you know, probably could have, you know, went to any college he wanted to go to, and which here's a weird thing is I never wanted either one of my kids to join the military. Never wanted them, right? I'm like, you guys are going to college. You know, you don't have to do that stuff or whatever, because, you know, I went to, you know, I have a less than glamorous story about joining the military to begin with. I had a car repossessed. Like, that's not going to be on your I've got two moms recruiting video.
Oh, well, you know what? I was going to join the military, and actually I was going to go in for the unmanned flight program.
Mm-hmm.
And Justice was born.
That's it.
So it was kind of, man, you got to make some hard decisions there.
That's it, man. I mean, and I think that was kind of our generation too. We didn't complain about shit. We just put our head down and did what we had to do. Right, good, bad, or indifferent. So long story short is I didn't want either one of my kids to join the military. And my daughter's now in the Air Force. My son has already joined the Army as a combat engineer, and he's one of those kind of kids too. Is he's like super smart. He could he could do anything. But again, I think the military is going to be good for him in the sense that it teaches sometimes what he lacks, in the fact that like the initiative and the putting your head down and doing the work, and like, you know, there's a very laissez-faire, if you will, attitude about kids, where kids will do really good these days if it's something that they're interested in.
That is true. And I don't mean to turn this all Switzerland or whatever, but I think, honestly, before anybody goes to a secondary school, college, whether it's a vocational or they want to be, I don't know, an astrophysicist, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think everybody should go into the military. They should have the discipline that creates. They should have, it's really hard to explain. I see a lot of people, they get out of high school, they have no clue what they want to do.
Yeah.
And then they want to go to college. And then they want to complain that, oh my gosh, I went so far into debt.
Yeah.
Well, you know, go serve your country, get some discipline.
Yeah.
Get structured. And then
focused.
Let your country help you out with your schooling and I think there should be some stipulations there.
Do you know how many people's feelings that I've heard on Facebook when they were bitching about free college? This was back during the Obama administration.
I'm not saying I'm for free college. I'm saying you need to work for it.
During the Obama administration, remember they were talking about giving everybody free college and giving whatever.
I was mad about the Obama phone. That just pissed me off to no end.
My problem with that whole thing is you and I both know that you don't magically get money. Like, they don't make money out of thin air.
It comes from someplace.
It has to come from somewhere.
It came from my dumbass and your dumbass working our asses off to pay taxes, to pay for somebody
what are we up to,
like,
40% taxes or something? So basically almost half of my paycheck's gone. What was the Boston Tea Party? We threw fucking tea in the harbor for like a 3% tea tax or whatever the hell it was, right?
Like, really? You're not going to ruin my tea.
Yeah, we went to war over like a 3%, tea tax. and now we're at like 40-some%. I was wrapped around the axle during the Obama administration about them doing free college, which again, trust me, I definitely think it's like overpriced. Like, in other words, I think you have to spend a lot of money. I think people should have education if they want it. Professors need to be paid, the college needs to be paid, all that kind of stuff. I get that.
At the same time, you really can't put a price tag on learning.
Yeah. Well, my problem, getting back to my original point, is I hurt a lot of feelings because I said I have friends that are both liberal, conservative. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I like you, I like you. I don't get wrapped around the axle about your politics or like.
Actually, what you just said there, I think that's the thing is I think a lot of people get hung up with, he's conservative or he's left, right, whatever, down the middle. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when I put my pants on, it goes on the same way that your pants go on,
right?
So,
and the thing of it is, though, is you can, I can have a conversation with anybody. Like that doesn't determine my opinion of you.
No, it
you
doesn't.
Are whatever.
Yeah, if you think college should be free, then tell me why you think college should be free, and I will gladly listen to it all day long, and I will consider what you have to say. At the same time, I expect you to also listen to why I think college should not just be free.
If I was a super liberal guy, and I absolutely honestly believe that all college should be free and all this kind of stuff. If somebody came to me and said, "Hey, simple thing, where are you going to get money to pay the college professors that's teaching said classes?" Or when you ship your kid off to the dorm, who's paying for the maintenance on the dorm? Who's the guy that's cleaning up all their beer slides down the hallway?
Beer slide.
Right? Beer slides, right? Not that I've ever been a part of that or something at Indiana State University. Who takes care of all that stuff, right? So they don't understand the big picture of, again, money's got to come from somewhere.
Yes, the money has to come from somewhere.
If I had a money tree, me and you, we both got out there picking off of it and, taking a trip to Vegas or whatever we need to do. So my problem with the college thing is, or what I pissed a lot of people off on, is I said, you know what? There is a program now that you want to talk about it, right? Because I'd plug in on somebody's Facebook post about free college because, I'm an asshat, right? Is I said, you know what? There is such a program for free college.
What's that called?
And I said, you could join the Army for 4 years.
Oh, dear, no.
Or, you know what? Any branch of the service, for that matter. And they will give you this thing called the post 9/11 GI Bill. And they'll give you like, $50,000 or whatever to pay for your college. And, dare I say it, how I finished my college degree is at night I was going to college and getting my college degree. While you're in, they'll pay for it for free if you do it while you're in. So I was basically taking night classes, if you will. It's not very traditional per se, but I finished my degree while I was in the Army. And so I had my $50,000 GI Bill when I got out, still intact. So I could take whatever that I want, welding or whatever I wanted to do. I still have like $48,000 of it or something.
Well, I think that's another thing too that should probably be addressed is, no, when you graduate, you've got to go to college. I don't care why you're going to college, but I want to be able to tell my friends that my kid is going to college. At the same time, there's Mike Rowe puts it best.
Oh, yes. I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
Simply put that we need skilled labor, and I'm sick of everybody saying higher education and learning and all that crap. It's just simply learning. And so eventually, and what did he quote? I should probably look this up. So I could be way off, but I'm pretty sure. So for every 5 skilled laborers that are retiring, and then unfortunately the big plague are wiping out right now, they're not being replaced.
Yes.
And so when you've got a kid that feels self-entitled that the government should give me this, this, and this, and I don't want to go work, I don't want to go learn this, you're not replacing the plumber. You're not replacing the electrician. You're not.
Well, here's the thing is, do you realize that, and again, I saw the same thing that you're talking about from Mike Rowe, from Dirty Jobs.
Yeah, really?
Guy, right?
I liked his show for sure.
Yeah. I saw that snippet, but there was also down in the Facebook comments, somebody posted basically like a meme or something, right? but it's basically like a cartoon, and one lady's looking down on the plumber guy or whatever. Maybe it was like a plumber or like electrician.
Do that for some reason.
And then they list below that this lady went through college. She's still got like 60 grand in, college debt. And she works for HR, human resources at a local factory or whatever. And she makes like $48,000 a year. She's looking down on the plumber guy that owns his own business. That's making 100 G's a year because he's got a couple of vans. And they look down on those people when you come in their house to fix their plumbing, which, by the way, they have no clue how to fix, and the shit's getting flooded, and they're turning in insurance.
Where's
and
your
like
skill set
at? This guy comes in, and they're looking down on the plumber guy, but he comes in and fixes your problem. And you're like, oh my God, $300, that's cheap to, keep my house from flooding or whatever.
Exactly. You're a lifesaver. Thank you so much.
That's it, right? But they look down on that guy.
Yeah, they definitely should not.
The mindset is like they think that he's a plumber. Go to a bar. Have you ever met a plumber in a bar? He'll know you haven't.
Actually,
right? Because you talk to the guy next to you, and that guy is never going to admit. He's going to, say that he, slipped and, he's on disability because he slipped and twisted his ankle at the Playboy Mansion or whatever. He's going to make up some kind of story, right?
Right. That's happened to me like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Damn it.
He's like, I'm independently wealthy because, I sued Hugh Hefner because I, slipped and twisted my ankle at the Playboy Mansion. Secretly, he's got 2 vans. He's an independent, he's, like he's got his own little business doing plumbing. And he makes like fucking 100 G's a year and employs 7 members of the community who also make a good living and have apprenticed for him and are ultimately probably going to, when he gets old and retires, is going to break off and make their own businesses that are 100 G's a year or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Right. And you know what? There's no shame in that game at all. And I don't know where the hell did that ever come from. I have a few good ideas. My daughter, she went to vocational school, and she learned how to work on cars. Well, she tried to learn how to work on cars. Again, I'm probably just going to have to cut this out, but
because she's going to judo chop you while you're sleeping.
She might.
Yeah.
It was funny. We were going to put air in the tires on one of my cars one day, and I got the air line out. I fired up the compressor. We went outside, and, she's telling me all about school. We're hanging out. It's pretty awesome. And she takes the air chuck I have is actually a radial dial, and then you've got like the body with the
shows the pressure gauge or whatever you stick it on. Yeah,
and she's got the part that should be the rubber line that should go to the tire.
Yeah,
and she's trying to plug that into the air line.
She says it won't fit.
It's like, how does this work? I was
tries to tell you your shit's broken.
Like, no, don't be that person. And it's funny though because she is super smart. But that was just dumb as shit. I was like, I didn't tell her that, but I mean,
here's the thing.
Now she's gonna know.
Same thing with my daughter saying my daughter could have went to any college she wanted to. Super smart, did awesome in school. She chose to go to the Air Force, whatever. But with that being said, is she pretty much could have done anything that she wanted. And even if she didn't go to the Air Force or whatever, I promise you, much like your daughter, is she will find a niche for herself and be good at it and be successful because she has the initiative, she has the drive,
right?
She has the smarts. I mean,
I think there's a lot of smart people out in the world. Also, I think there's a lot of lazy people. There's a lot of self-entitled people now.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people with like zero direction because they're not given the proper. Man, and it sounds horrible that you have to actually guide people in direction because I would like to think that a lot of the things is just common sense. It should just be, it's kind of like people that go out and steal. There's a Vice has a show coming out. It may be out now, which I used to look up to Vice, and I don't know who is running that.
They've gotten super sketchy here lately about
it's like,
they definitely have an agenda.
Yeah, they definitely do. And it's kind of like, well, and they're agreeing with this crap too. They're like, well, I had to go start carjacking because auto manufacturers made it harder for me to steal your car. And that's why we got to use guns now. Before we could just hotwire it and steal it. And it's like, did you hear what you just said? But the dipshit, I shouldn't call him a dipshit because I don't even know the guy. But at the same time, he's not saying well, you moron, have you ever thought about getting a job? He never once says that. But the whole time I'm watching this, which was really hard for me to watch, was seriously. So you're giving this guy the out because now you're required to have a key to start a vehicle, and you cannot just.
I think I saw that where.
Oh man, I was just.
They were actually like shaming the auto manufacturers.
They were, and I'm like, and they were also.
Is this real life?
They were saying crap like, "Oh my goodness!" So you know what? I can't get a job because they put me in jail, and then they don't want to give me a job. It's like, don't do stuff to get put in jail. Why would you? And then you're going to blame it on somebody else. Why would you not say, all right, you know what? I was trying to free skate through life and not do anything, and I thought I found an easy way to make a lot of money. Which, you know what? They're making a lot of money by jacking cars, obviously.
Oh,
yeah. Who would not want to do that? Well, I wouldn't want to because I don't want to go to jail or prison.
No.
But how do you do something really stupid like that and then at the same time try to blame it on somebody else, especially an auto manufacturer saying, well, you know what? I tried to steal this Tesla and then I got busted because I couldn't even get into the car and drive off in it.
Because they made the security too good on that thing.
Yeah, it's their fault. They owe me money. I almost said reparations, and if I heard more and more persons say reparations, I'm gonna go North Korea on them probably.
Oh yeah. Well, again,
it's what is wrong with society? What is wrong with parents not teaching their kids? What is just there's so many things wrong there. All right, so
the participation trophies ruined everything.
Yes. All right, we need to let's get back on track here. I'm gonna stop this roll.